Have you ever wondered why, no matter how much you try to be good, a part of you still whispers things you don't want to admit? Why do we feel rage when we want peace, jealousy when we want love, fear when we want freedom? You hide it, you bury it, but it's still there, quietly shaping your life. Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That, right there, is the heart of shadow work. The shadow is the part of you that you refuse to see. The impulses you deny, the feelings you suppress, the truths you are too afraid to confront. It is the anger you never expressed, the tears you never cried, the dreams you abandoned because the world told you they were foolish. You pretend it's not there, but the shadow never disappears. It waits, hidden in the corners of your mind, and if you never face it, it controls you in ways you cannot imagine. Think about the times you've exploded in anger over something small, or felt sudden envy, or acted in a way that shocked even yourself. That's the shadow breaking through. Most people spend their lives pretending these dark corners don't exist. They hide behind masks, they polish their reputation, they post the perfect pictures, but inside, the shadow waits. And here's the truth. What you refuse to face in yourself will eventually destroy you. But what you dare to face will set you free. Shadow work is not about becoming darker. It is not about indulging in naivety. It is about shining a light into the places you've been too afraid to look. It is about discovering that even your darkness carries wisdom. Even your flaws carry truth. And even your pain carries power. When you meet your shadow, you meet yourself fully for the first time. Imagine this. A person who suppresses anger their whole life becomes passive, agreeable, always saying yes when they want to scream no. But inside, resentment builds. One day, it bursts out, maybe in a toxic relationship, maybe in destructive habits, maybe in depression. Now imagine if, instead of denying that anger, they had faced it, learned from it, and integrated it. That person would know how to set boundaries, how to protect themselves, how to use their fire not to destroy, but to warm and protect. That's the transformation shadow work brings. Jung believed that the shadow is not evil in itself. It is raw energy, raw truth, raw humanity. Without it, you are incomplete. By ignoring your shadow, you live half a life. By embracing it, you become whole. But here's the challenge. Facing your shadow requires brutal honesty. It requires the courage to admit the parts of yourself you've been running from your entire life. So ask yourself right now, what do I hate in others? What makes me jealous? What do I judge harshly in people? What am I ashamed to admit even to myself? The answers to these questions will point you directly to your shadow, because often, what you despise in others is what you've repressed in yourself. But here's the paradox. Within your shadow lies your greatest potential. The energy you use to suppress your darkness is the very energy you could use to create, to lead, to love. The courage you find when you face your shadow becomes the foundation of true strength. Jung compared the shadow to a dragon guarding a treasure. On the surface, it is terrifying. But if you have the courage to approach it, fight it, and integrate it, the treasure becomes yours. That treasure is your authenticity, your wholeness, your liberation. Too many people run from themselves, trying to stay positive at all costs, pretending everything is fine. But positivity without honesty is poison. It's like painting over a crack in the wall while the foundation rots underneath. True healing requires going into the darkness, pulling out what you buried, and transforming it into light. Think of history's greatest leaders, artists, and visionaries. They were not perfect. They were not flawless saints. They were people who faced their demons, wrestled with them, and turned that struggle into greatness. Nietzsche said, one must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. Without facing chaos, you cannot create light. Without facing your shadow, you cannot live fully. But here's the part nobody tells you. Shadow work is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong journey. Every stage of your life reveals a new layer of the shadow. As a child, it may be your fears. As an adult, it may be your unfulfilled desires. In old age, it may be regrets. Each time, the challenge remains the same. Face it, learn from it, integrate it. How do you start? You start by observing your reactions. Notice when something triggers you intensely. Notice when you feel rage, shame, envy, or fear. Instead of judging it, ask, what is this trying to teach me about myself? You begin to journal, to meditate, to speak the truth you've been afraid to say. You bring the shadow into the light, slowly, gently, honestly, and then something incredible happens. The things you feared most lose their grip on you. The parts of yourself you hated become your allies. You stop living a divided life and begin living as a whole, integrated human being. That is freedom. That is power. Remember this. The shadow is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is the part of you that carries the keys to your transformation. You cannot escape it, but you can embrace it. You cannot destroy it, but you can integrate it. And when you do, you will discover that the person you always wanted to be has been hiding within you all along. Carl Jung warned that the world's problems are reflections of the shadows we refuse to face within ourselves. Wars, greed, hatred, they are magnified projections of the inner battles humanity ignores. If you want to change the world, you must start with yourself. You must confront your shadow, because a person who integrates their shadow becomes someone the world cannot manipulate, cannot break, cannot control. So I ask you, are you willing to face the parts of yourself you've been running from? Are you willing to step into the darkness to discover your light? This journey is not easy. It will shake you. It will challenge you. It will make you cry. But in the end, it will make you whole. The shadow you fear holds the freedom you seek. Walk into it bravely. Confront it, embrace it, and let it transform you into the fullest version of yourself. Because only when you face your shadow do you truly become free.